Today is February 3rd, 2026, and if you're Haitian with temporary protected status, the next few hours could completely change everything. A federal judge just made a decision that affects over 350,000 people, and the clock is literally ticking right now. I'm John from DreamVisa Updates, and what I'm about to tell you isn't speculation. This is happening today. If you have TPS, know someone with TPS, or you're tracking immigration policy, you need to hear this. Here's what was supposed to happen at midnight tonight. Temporary protected status for Haiti was set to expire. Over 350,000 Haitian TPS holders would lose their legal status overnight. Their work authorization would end. They'd become vulnerable to detention and deportation. These aren't people who entered illegally. These are individuals who've been living, working, and paying taxes legally for years. Many work in healthcare, elder care, construction, and hospitality. In cities like Miami, economists warned that ending TPS would devastate the local economy, but everything changed just hours before the midnight deadline. U.S. District Judge Anna C. Reyes issued an order that indefinitely postponed the termination. Let me read you the critical part. During the stay, the termination shall be null, void, and of no legal effect. This is massive. The judge didn't delay it for weeks or months. She paused it pending full judicial review. TPS protections remain in place. Judge Reyes was direct in her criticism. She wrote that Secretary Noam has discretion but not unbounded discretion to make whatever determination she wants any way she wants. She pointed out the contradictions. If the concern is strain on the immigration system, why turn hundreds of thousands of lawful immigrants into unlawful immigrants? Overnight? If it's economic strain, why turn employed tax-paying workers into people who cannot legally work? The Trump administration has already announced it will take this to the Supreme Court. This isn't over. But for today, TPS protections continue. If you're a Haitian TPS holder, here's what you need to know right now. Your status remains valid. Your work authorization continues. Your employment authorization document that was set to expire today remains valid during this legal stay. You're still protected from detention and deportation. But listen carefully. This protection isn't permanent. This is a temporary legal stay while courts review the case. The situation could change based on higher court rulings. Here's what you must do immediately. First, get copies of all your TPS documentation, your approval notices, your EAD card, any correspondence from USCIS. Keep physical, copies and digital backups. Second, connect with a qualified immigration attorney or accredited representative. Many organizations are offering free or low-cost consultations for TPS holders right now. Third, stay informed through official channels. The USCIS website has a dedicated page for TPS Haiti. Don't rely on social media or unofficial sources. Immigration misinformation spreads fast, and bad information can destroy your case. Fourth, if you're working, inform your employer about the court decision. Show them the official USCIS guidance confirming your EAD remains valid. This Haitian TPS situation is part of a massive shift in immigration policy we're seeing in early 2026. Expanded travel bans now affect dozens of countries. As of January 1st, there are full entry bans for 19 countries and partial bans for 17 more. USCIS paused immigrant visa processing from 75 countries for enhanced vetting. They established a new specialized vetting center in Atlanta for background checks and fraud detection. TPS terminations hit other countries too. Somalia's TPS was terminated effective March 17th. Ethiopia's TPS was terminated. Venezuela's TPS faced similar challenges, though court rulings affected implementation. The environment for immigrants, even those with legal status, has become uncertain. Large-scale ICE operations are underway in multiple cities. Minneapolis has seen extensive federal immigration enforcement, leading to daily protests and serious tension between local and federal authorities. We're witnessing a fundamental disagreement about immigration policy, playing out through executive actions, court challenges, and community resistance. The courts have become the battleground, as we saw today. Immigration advocacy organizations worked around the clock on this. The Haitian Bridge Alliance, which brought the legal challenge, called the ruling a recognition of the grave risks Haitian TPS holders would face if forced to return. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, co-chair of the House Haiti Caucus, introduced a measure to force a House vote on a bill requiring the administration to extend TPS for Haiti for 3 years. She emphasized that extending TPS isn't just humanitarian, it's good policy, ensuring healthcare and elder care workers can continue their essential work. The proposed bill needs 218 signatures to move forward through a discharge petition. Whether it gets that support in the current political climate remains uncertain. The administration defends its position by pointing to what it calls the need for status integrity. They cite Department of Homeland Security data showing many individuals with various immigration statuses cannot be located at their addresses of record. Let me explain TPS for anyone not familiar. Temporary protected status is granted by the Secretary of Homeland Security to nationals of designated countries experiencing conditions that prevent their safe return. These conditions include armed conflict, environmental disasters, epidemics, or other extraordinary temporary conditions. When a country is designated for TPS, eligible nationals already in the United States can apply. If granted, they receive protection from deportation and can obtain work authorization. TPS is truly temporary. It doesn't lead directly to a green card or citizenship. However, many TPS holders have been here for years, or even decades, as their country's designation gets repeatedly extended. The program has always been vulnerable to political changes because the decision to designate, extend, or terminate rests with the Secretary of Homeland Security. Different administrations take very different approaches. Here's your action plan based on today's developments. Verify your documents today. Know exactly when your current EAD was issued and its original expiration date. Document your ties to the United States. Maintain evidence of continuous residence. Keep rent receipts, utility bills, employment records, tax returns, anything showing you've been living and working here. Be prepared for employment verification. Your employer might have questions. Be ready to show them the USCIS notice about the court decision. Avoid any criminal violations. Even minor infractions can complicate your status, especially in the current enforcement climate. If you haven't filed taxes, get current on that. Tax records are crucial evidence of your lawful presence in employment. Consider your long-term options. Work with an immigration attorney to see if you're eligible for other forms of relief or status adjustment. Some TPS holders may have other pathways to permanent residence depending on individual circumstances. Stay connected with community organizations and advocacy groups. They have the most current information and can provide support and resources. Be cautious about immigration fraud. Times of uncertainty bring out people claiming they can fix your status for a fee. Only work with licensed attorneys or DOJ-accredited representatives. The legal battle over Haitian TPS is far from over. The Trump administration will appeal today's ruling to higher courts, potentially to the Supreme Court. How quickly that happens and what those courts decide will determine what comes next. Haitian TPS holders have a reprieve, but it comes with uncertainty. The protection could be reversed by a higher court. Congress could pass legislation to extend or make the status permanent, though that seems politically difficult. Or conditions in Haiti could change in a way that affects the legal analysis. What's happening with Haitian TPS signals the broader direction of immigration policy. Expect continued challenges to humanitarian programs, increased enforcement actions, more restrictive interpretations of existing law, and ongoing legal battles. For anyone in the immigration system, whether you have TPS, a green card, a work visa, or you're applying for any status, the message is clear. Documentation matters more than ever. Legal representation is increasingly important. Staying informed through official sources is critical. Understanding your rights and responsibilities isn't optional. Today, February 3rd, 2026, was supposed to mark the end of TPS protection for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants. Instead, a federal judge stepped in at the last moment to pause that termination, providing temporary relief while legal challenges proceed. This is a developing story, and I'll be following it closely to bring you updates as they happen. If this helped you understand what's happening with Haitian TPS and the broader immigration landscape, hit that like button, subscribe to DreamVisa Updates, and turn on notifications because immigration policy is changing rapidly. Share this with anyone who has TPS or who's navigating the immigration system. The more people who have accurate information, the better prepared our community will be. Your immigration status is too important to leave to chance. Stay informed, seek professional help when you need it, protect your documentation, and know your rights. I'm John, and I'll see you in the next update. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay protected.